Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this photograph, and I don't know if these are sequins or what they are, but they wanted to know how you could draw this with dots in Corel Draw. I think the hardest part would be the leaves, so I just went to the clip art or to the internet and picked a clip art. I traced it and I came up with this really clean trace, and I've already done it a couple of times in different ways. You could have it like this or like this and just be your personal preference. So let's move these out of the way. Let's hit P and put it in the center of the page. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. And then I'm going to break this apart because I'm going to do half at a time because there's really no reason to do both sides because you could just duplicate it. So I'm going to left click, right click, and you see we have this, and this is a path. So we can use the blend tool. We're going to make a little dot like 0.1, and we're going to fill that in with black, take away the outline, hit the plus key on the keyboard to make a second one, and then just move it over. So now we have two. They're pretty small, and I actually messed it up and moved it and it made it smaller. So let's go plus key, move it over. You don't have to, but I always hit T to make them even. Let's go to the effects and blend. That's bevel. I do that quite often. Effects, blend. We got our blend docker. We're going to grab them both. We're going to blend them 300 times and hit apply. Then you need to back out where you can see your blend. You can move them around, whatever you want to do. And then with the blend selected, hit new path and put it on that path. And you can see it just did a part of the path, then blend along full path. And voila, you have that looks pretty cool, and you could do more or less, but on this one we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to open up the contour docker, but we're going to split this stem part of the vine in half. So with the shape tool, I'm going to grab that node right there, I'm going to right click, I'm going to break it apart. Then up here at the very top, I'm going to do the same thing, like I'm going to maybe do that one. Right click and break it apart. By doing that, everything between those two nodes will disappear when I virtually segment delete key. And that's really not what I wanted, because I wanted, you know what I want to do first before we do anything? Let's back up here. I want to contour this. I want to make that line thinner. So I'm going to contour to the inside 0.07. Then I'm going to go to object and break the contour apart. I'm going to try to grab the larger one, which I did. So now we have a smaller one. That's what we want to break apart. We want that vine. So I'm going to take the shape tool, click on it, I'm going to grab that bottom one, and I'm going to break it apart. Then I'm going to go up to the top right here, and I'm going to go right click and break apart. Now everything on this side of this line is going to disappear. Now we lost a couple of the flowers, but you know, that's neither here nor there, that you can always add up. We have a couple of bad spots we want to get rid of. I'm just selecting them and hitting delete to delete the node to get a little bit smoother. So our blend will be a little bit better. And you could do that with all the leaves. You could add leaves. It might be a little hard to add a leaf to our object. I don't think we can. Let's try it. Let's, we'd have to break the object apart, as you see. So we're not going to do that. Now we're going to make those two dots again. Make them 0.1. Fill them in with black. And then right click, no fill. Hit the plus key on the keyboard and move it over. Now grab them all, and we're going to open up the blend docker. I must have shut it down. No, there it is. And I'm going to blend it just 200 times this time because there's not as many needed. Go to blend a new path, put it on this path, and it just pinpoint it one spot and then blend along full path. It's going to do all the leaves and the stem. Now at this time, we could go to object. Well, what I need to do is select it. Select it, make sure you get it all. Go up to blend, object, break blend apart. Then go to object and ungroup, break curve apart. Then go object, ungroup. Now we have individual segments, and we could add just that one. We can hit the plus key on the keyboard and move that one we actually deleted a while ago. You could rotate it, get it more in line. You could get this one closer. You know, if you grab them all, my nudge factor, I'm going to set at 0.01. I'm going to grab them all, and just with the left arrow key, I'm going to move it over closer. And you could move them all over and get them kind of toward that line. I actually prefer this one better because the lines are, now that one, and in this case, here's a little tool that a lot of people don't know about, the freehand pick tool, is you can go and not pick anything but that and not get those other nodes. And then like on this particular item, you could move this node over to your heart's content to make it look right. You could move each node, or not nodes, these little circle balls, kind of fine tune them. And that's how I would do it. That looks similar to that. My leaves are a little thicker, and you could fill them in. I mean, like that one's got dots in the middle, very easily done, just because the fact that these dots are free forming, and they're not, we've broken them all apart. You could hit the plus key on the keyboard, put one in the center. This is why I like the plus key on the keyboard. If you use Control D, it'll actually keep moving them. So that gives you more of a look than what is in the drawing. I might make one more how to make this center deal, because the center deal would actually be a lot easier, and even changing the colors. I hope that answers his question, and thank you for watching.